What's up, Giants fans, and welcome to the first regular season weekend of Giants warm-up show on the Sports Leader, taking you all the way up to first pitch, whenever that may be. We got some weather situation going down in San Diego, has been dumping, I think, since last night all through the morning, so we'll have to keep you posted on when that first pitch is. It is scheduled for 4:15 today as the Giants take on the Padres in Game 3 of a 4-game set. Jordan Hicks to make his debut in the Giants rotation against Dylan Cease. A lot of people wanted Dylan Cease on this San Francisco Giants team, so we'll have to see what that matchup looks like. But before we get into that, again, as I mentioned, tough weather in San Diego all morning, and for more weather updates, we're going to go to the KNBR weather desk with my guy, Rafael Corral. Raf, how's it looking in San Diego?
At the moment, the tarp's still on the field.
All right.
It's not a good sign when we're a couple hours away and we're dealing with a cold storm, and when it mixes with the warm kind of it's a lot warmer in the near San Diego.
Oh yeah.
So once that cold weather kind of like hits that warm air, then it becomes unstable.
Yeah.
So we could see some downpours, and it's not good.
No, not good.
It doesn't look good, especially when we got the notice that the game's going to start on time. I just don't think it's going to start on time.
So Raf is going against the National Weather Service and MLB, saying we will have a delay. We'll keep you posted as we get closer. We'll be taking you all the way up to 3:15, where the official Giants pregame show starts, and we'll get into all that festivities. We'll talk to the booth and all that. Get the scenery, what's going on, if the tarp will still be on the field an hour out. But welcome to the Giants warm-up show. Giants 3 games, hoping to get Game 3 underway here in San Diego with Jordan Hicks, who will be on the mound. A much anticipated, I would say, debut for Jordan Hicks. This isn't his first time in the major leagues, but it is his first time starting, his first opportunity in the big leagues. And the last time that we saw him, he looked electric. We'll break down Jordan Hicks a little bit later. But, man, I think Matt Chapman is... Can you already say that he's a forever Giant? I mean, he goes down and is just raking the ball right now for the San Francisco Giants, batting in the 4-hole to start the year. And when the first lineup came out, I know that there was a lot of backlash on X, on Twitter, and Soler hitting in that 2 spot. I scratched my head a little bit as well, but the explanation made sense. Bob Melvin and the Giants, they want to have protection for Jorge Soler. So having him in that 2-hole, I do predict, the first month of the year is going to be a mix and match. We're going to find out what this lineup will truly be. This is not what it'll be for the remainder of the year. I do foresee Soler moving down in the lineup at some point, maybe the 3, 4, 5 hitter for Jorge Soler. I think the prototypical number 2 hitter is already on the team, has been on the team, Thairo Estrada. I want to see that, and you pair him with Jung Hoo Lee, who, oh my God, that's another thing, like making a great first impression on the San Francisco Giants fan base. Jung Hoo Lee, has he not hit a ball well? I mean, even when it finds a glove, he is just squaring the ball up. Will Clark had things to say about Jung Hoo Lee and what he saw because he was down there at spring training, and he just loves his bat-to-ball skills, his hand-eye coordination. So we're gonna learn a lot about this team. And Matt Chapman, he's been doing it for a long time. 2 home runs yesterday, 4 for 9 on the season so far. And 5 RBIs yesterday against the Padres. So yeah, that's a great first impression. Also a great first impression, who was on the mound last night? Kyle Harrison. And I have always spoke really highly of Kyle Harrison coming up through the minor league system and seeing him in San Jose, getting the updates from Richmond when he was with the Flying Squirrels, seeing his development just go all the way through the minors and seeing him late last year, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with, I think, in this major league career that he is going to have. Last night, he relied heavily on his fastball. I mean, I want to say it was 70 plus percent, 72%, I believe is what it was put at. 72% of his overall pitches were fastballs. And that's what happens when you have a fastball that just explodes on hitters. And yeah, he did give up two home runs, each to Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis. So, I mean, those are guys that you kind of just tip the hat. You just tip the hat to those guys, him giving up those home runs. But 5 Ks looked really solid. And, this Giants rotation is just going to be really interesting. And, again, I'm excited to see when we do. It's going to be possibly delayed moving forward. But we'll keep you posted on that. But really excited to see Jordan Hicks on the mound today. But you kind of see, and I've had these conversations. I was talking with Bill Lasky, had a Rounding Third podcast that now airs on the weekend, aired earlier this morning on KTCT. It will be on the morning tomorrow, so go ahead and check that out, 8 a.m. on KNBR. But we were talking about this starting rotation, and a lot of the success for the Giants banks on this starting rotation and the defense. The defense has looked flawless so far to start the year. Again, it's only 2 games in, I understand, but you can't help but see what the potential is for this defense, for this offense, and for this starting rotation. Because you look at what Logan Webb did, he was electric. I mean, he did have to battle out of some rough innings, but he was a very solid he had a very solid start on opening day. Then you follow that up with Kyle Harrison, and me and Bill we were talking about how having great pitchers in a starting rotation, it kind of becomes a competition, right? Where we look back to the 2010 years with Lincecum, Bumgarner, Kane. You can throw Sanchez in there. You can throw Tim Hudson in there. Jake Peavy, whatever 5 guys you want to throw in there. But they all had a mentality that this guy's going to go out there and he's going to have great stuff. And I want to follow that up with my best stuff. I want to one-up the guy that pitched before me. Or, eventually, if someone has a bad outing, you have that guy that I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to right the ship. I'm going to be the stopper. Giants have a lot of that in this starting rotation, and seeing what Kyle Harrison did in his first outing. Again, it's only 1 outing. We got to see how it progresses moving forward. But I think that a lot has to deal with Kyle Harrison spending a lot of the offseason with Logan Webb. I mean, just picking his brain. And you see Logan Webb being the leader for the San Francisco Giants team. And Kyle Harrison talked about it post-game yesterday, and the influence that Logan Webb has had on him in the offseason. Yeah, that's all we care about. And he's not lying. I mean, they flashed over when he was taken out of the game, and Logan Webb was talking his ear off, giving him the pointers and telling him good outing. So it's just a really infectious starting rotation. We have great guys in there. Jordan Hicks going to make the start, his first start, the number 3 starter. I think we're really excited to see what he ends up doing. And again, I mentioned earlier that Harrison was reliant so heavily on his fastball, and he talked about it post-game as well. He was electric. He that fastball exploded on the Padres hitters. So how are you feeling? 2 games in, we are getting ready for the Giants and Padres. First pitch is scheduled for 4:15. We will let you know. We'll give you updates, let you know if and when the tarp comes off the field. But how are you feeling? Go ahead and hit us up on the YouTube. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. I will pop in there when we get into this break and get your thoughts as well. The text line, phone lines are open. 415-808-KNBR. That is 415-808-5627. Go ahead and give us a call. Give us your thoughts on the Giants moving forward, and we will talk about the new guys that have made a huge impression on the other side. You're listening to the Giants warm-up show on KNBR, the sports leader. Welcome back to the Giants warm-up show. That highlight, this song, hits differently when these games count. I just got to tell you right now, Raph, that is amazing. We came in with the second home run, one of two, or I guess two of two, because it was the second one. Matt Chapman going deep, almost hit the ball out of the ballpark over onto the rooftop. You heard it there with John Miller of the Western Metal Supply Co. building in left field. It was a rocket. It was a hanger, but he got what Kruk would say, got both cheeks into that one. Got both cheeks into that one. And we start there, the key player of the week, sponsored by Key Point Credit Union, Next Generation Neighborhood Banking. We go with Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman is having a great first impression on the San Francisco Giants. Like I mentioned, 4 for 9, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and he is a main fixture in this Giants lineup, continually batting in the 4-hole. And what are your thoughts on Matt Chapman? Your early diagnosis, your early thoughts on Matt Chapman and what he adds to this Giants lineup. If you were listening to the Giants warm-up show during spring, we were always talking about Blake Snell or Matt Chapman. It happened that we got both, but there was a point in time where I thought it was one or the other. And I was all over Matt Chapman because of things that he can do. He got off to a really hot start. A lot of people were kind of looking at his back half of the season last year, and you have to take into account he was playing hurt. He was out there, but he was playing hurt, I believe, with a hand or a wrist injury that really limited his power. So to see him now healthy, to see him hitting home runs, the first one was to dead center, and the second one to left field, almost went out of the stadium at Petco in San Diego. Matt Chapman is a difference maker. And what it does is you add, because you have all these guys, the newcomers to this team that are making a difference. You look at Jorge Soler. You look at Jung Hoo Lee, who, again, I am just fascinated by his loud contact that he's having. Every ball, like, out. He had a rocket in game one that found a glove at first base. But, man, he got every bit of that ball, just didn't find a hole. So that kind of hitter is going to be a nice shot to the arm for the San Francisco Giants. He recorded his first hit in game one and first RBI yesterday against the San Diego Padres. So you look at all these new guys, Matt Chapman being that fixture, then everyone that's been around, Wade, Flores, Patrick Bailey, Tyro Estrada. You start seeing them land in the positions in the lineup that they should be. Because, I mean, hey, I love me some Wilmer Flores. He's not a 4-hitter. He's not a 4-hitter. I like him in that 5-hole. That's where he is tonight. So we have a lineup for you. Let's go through it really quick. The Giants lineup is out because we will at some point have a game. We'll have to see. I think the tarp is still on the field. It's only been 20 minutes. So I mean, come on, not a lot of things are going to change in 20 minutes. We'll keep you updated on that. But the lineup for the San Francisco Giants as they take on Dylan Cease, the right-hander. You got Jung Hoo Lee batting leadoff. Love it there in center field. Jorge Soler. A lot of the same guys. That's another thing, too. Giants fans are starting to see we're getting a lot of the same guys. We're not getting a lot of platooning. There are certain positions that we do, but A lot of the same guys in the lineup where you can expect to see them. So Jung Hoo Lee batting leadoff in center field. You got Jorge Soler batting second at the DH spot. You got Lamont Wade Jr. batting third in right field. He has some decent numbers. I think 2 for 5. 2 for 5 with a homer against Dylan Cease. And in the third hole, 3-hole, got Matt Chapman batting cleanup. At third base, you got Wilmer Flores batting fifth. At first, and Conforto batting sixth in left field. Tyro Estrada batting seventh. At second base, the debut of Tom Murphy, giving Patrick Bailey a rest. Don't tell Tim Webb. Raph knows what I'm talking about. Tom Murphy hitting. Thank you. Tom Murphy batting eighth in catcher. Backstop and ninth, we got Nick Ahmed at shortstop. So what are your thoughts on this Giants lineup, the rotation? Matt Chapman, let's go out to the lines. Sam in New York. Where are you at, Sam? Are you in Queens?
Hey.
Brooklyn? Where are you at?
I'm in the Upper West Side, brother, but hey, thanks.
All right, man. Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the Giants warm-up show. What you got for me?
Yeah, so just chiming in on your Matt Chapman take. I'm just not just happy as a fan with his hot start, but really happy with, I think, the impact that it has on the clubhouse. Because I think, the big sentiment coming out, especially, most vocally from Logan Webb, but I think all the way through was a lack of culture and identity or really drive to win. And once they brought in Matt Chapman with his history with Bob Melvin, I felt that we had that. So for him to get off to the hot start right away and just kind of give now immediate credibility when he, holds guys accountable in that clubhouse, I think is huge. And I think really, really good for the Giants to get that. I mean, pretty much from day one is awesome. My only concern for them going forward really is the bullpen. I'm a little concerned about the seventh inning. I think Landon Roop can develop, and I think they might have something really, really special with that kid. That said, who do they have that's a left-hander in the bullpen other than the other Rogers twin?
Yeah, thanks for the call, Sam. The bullpen is going to be a situation that they're going to have to figure out. It is 2 games in, but left-hander, it was supposed to be Juan Sanchez, but if you were watching the games, the Bay Bridge series, I don't know if you were able to catch that in New York, Sam, but Juan Sanchez was supposed to be that lefty out of the bullpen, and he just got blasted against the Athletics. So the other guy that they have in there now is Eric Miller. Eric Miller came in, he made his debut, and we're gonna have to see what this kid has. He was earlier optioned to the minors, but he ended up making the bullpen. So that is about it, right? Because we had Ethan Small, who was going to make a run at that left-handed thrower out of the bullpen, but he ended up getting injured. So that was one of the few injuries of someone that was healthy in camp that really affected the Giants. So as far as that lefty, the lefty throwers out of the bullpen, yeah, you got Rogers and you got Eric Miller so far. They are limited on that, and as hopefully when Ethan Small does make his return, he will be effective out of that bullpen. They'll have a couple of guys that they can rely on. Sam, thank you so much for the call. Really appreciate it, man, and continue to call in throughout the year for sure. But yeah, that's a big question. And I mean, when we get into my diamond notes, the award-winning diamond notes that we'll get into eventually, that is huge on the Giants and what needs to happen in this game in particular. Because we were talking about Jordan Hicks, and we'll talk about him on the other side. But being that this is going to be Jordan Hicks' first start for the Giants, he's a reliever that has turned starter, but there's also a situation where we are trying to learn about how effective he can be as a starter. I mean, if we're basing it just on spring training, I mean, he looked electric. Like, I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I am excited for what Jordan Hicks can possibly bring. His upside is huge. But there is a question mark in, well, how many pitches can he throw? How long can he go? And you have a situation to where if you're basing it on what he did against the A's, he was electric. He I believe went five or six innings. He had 10 Ks, 9 of them swinging strikeouts. So very Tim Lincecum-esque, as Mike Krukow and Dwayne Kuiper has said earlier in the week on the morning show with Murph and Marcus, KNBR. But you start looking at that, and you see the potential. But there could be a situation to where he can only go maybe 3, or not 3. He can go 2 turns through the lineup. He can go into the 5th, hopefully into the 6th. But you are going to have a bridge point where the bullpen will have to, there has to be a bridge from where Jordan Hicks gets out. And if he can go 7 innings, that's great. I mean, we haven't seen it yet. That's why it's a question. We have to see how deep he can go. They have to stretch him out. But he looked electric in Oakland. Like, I'm really high on what Jordan Hicks can bring to this team. But again, we got to see it. We got to see it against big leaguers. And everyone kind of looked at that game where, yeah, it's against the A's. They're not the greatest. And I understand that. But when I watched that game, I wasn't watching what the hitters were necessarily doing. I didn't really care who was in the batter's box. I was watching Jordan Hicks kind of grow as a starting pitcher. So we'll talk about that on the other side. But yeah, bullpen, it's early on. It's 2 games in. I think we can relax a little bit. I do believe that this bullpen will be effective in the months that matter. But definitely with a lot of these guys, Keaton Wynn, Kyle Harrison, Jordan Hicks, these are guys that are not yet proven to go deep into games. So the bullpen is going to be crucial for this Giants team early on until we get Cobb and reinforcements back. Ethan Small as well for the bullpen. So we'll talk more on Jordan Hicks because I think everyone's excited to see what he can do, just to see what he did. Dazzled the A's in his final tune-up before the regular season. So we will talk about that. We'll talk about the pitching matchup on the other side. You're listening to the Giants warm-up show on the Sports Leader. Oh, yes, that dominant outing from today's starting pitcher in his last tune-up before the regular season, Jordan Hicks. Love to see it. Love to see it. Welcome back to the Giants warm-up show. I'm your host, Walter Icabreceta, taking you all the way to first pitch, whenever it may be. We still have no updates. We will get that to you as soon as we have it. Rain system going through San Diego. I do have an update as it relates to the starting pitchers. Blake Snell threw 74 pitches against Double-A team yesterday, struck out 11 in 4 innings. So that's encouraging from Alex Pavlovic of NBC Sports Bay Area. Giants have not decided on the next step yet. Keaton Winn will likely start on Monday in Los Angeles. By the way, if anyone will be at Chavez Ravine, I will be out there. I will be out there for all 3 games. Go ahead, hit me up. It's going to be exciting to say the least. I can't wait to see what this team can do do against the Dodgers. Blank them, right, Raph? Blank them for sure. Let's talk about the pitchers. Blake Snell, that's great news. Alex Cobb, he may be back sooner rather than later. We'll have to see when he can come to this rotation. And it starts looking pretty good. But starting with tonight, you have a good outing with Logan Webb on opening day. You have a phenomenal outing with Kyle Harrison last night, getting his first win of the season. And now you have the debut of Jordan Hicks, who, again, we came in with that 10th strikeout. Was that the 10th strikeout that we came in with?
Eighth
strikeout. 8th strikeout that we came in with. What was really impressive, what I saw from Jordan Hicks, is because you have to have a different mentality as being a reliever versus being a starter. Reliever, you just go in there and rip it. That's why he was pumping triple digits, you know. But as a starter, you got to kind of dial that back because you have to go length. So he's sitting kind of around 97, 98, 99. He can dial it up if he wants to. But what was really interesting is that he had the four-seamer working effectively against the A's, but he was killing with the sinker. He is a sinker baller. He will keep it low in the zone. That's the key to having a good sinker ball, especially with this team, with the Giants improving that left side of the infield with Chapman and Ahmed. Got Estrada over there, is serviceable, but I would say above average defensively. It's beautiful to see them turn double plays, by the way. That's what you get with a sinker ball team. That's what you get with Logan Webb starts, and that's what you hope to see from Jordan Hicks. But he has electric stuff to rack up the Ks. And that's what you saw in his last tune-up before the regular season against the Athletics over in Oakland. So he has that sinker ball. He has that four-seam. He has a splitter that it looked interesting. He was relying on the splitter, the second turn through the lineup, because it looks like a fastball, right? And it's way less velocity. We're talking a difference of 10 miles an hour. That is a huge difference. So that's what he was favoring in his second time through the lineup in Oakland. In his first time through, he was killing with the sweeper, whatever that may be. I mean, no one still knows. It's a sweeping slider is what Kruko calls it, but the sweeper, that is his out pitch, the splitter and his sweeper. So the fact that he is able to harness, I think that was a big question going into spring training was, okay, we know he has the velocity. Hitters know he has the velocity too. So you may see the Padres try to jump all over that early in counts today. But the fact that he is able to locate, mix up speeds with the four-seam and the sinker, because even that's a difference of 4, 5, 6 miles an hour, depending on how much he rips it. Because he can hit the sinker at around 92, 93, but you can see it at 95 as well. And we know the velocity with his four-seam. So just to see that pitch mix, understanding how to set up batters 1 time, 2 times, and possibly 3 times through the lineup. That's the mentality of a starter. And I hope whenever this game starts, I do hope that that is something that we are able to see with Jordan Hicks as this season goes on and it makes his first start in a Giants uniform. And you got to just give a shout out to just the Giants seeing the type of stuff that he has, but also Brian Price for really harnessing and showing Jordan Hicks the way. Not saying that Jordan Hicks didn't know how to pitch, but again, it's a different mentality being a reliever and being a starter in Major League Baseball. So we have Connor. Let's go out to the phone lines real quick. He wants to talk about the impact of Jordan Hicks. What's up, Connor? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm living the life, talking baseball on the radio, man. What do you want to talk about?
Giants baseball. There's nothing like it, man.
Yes.
Yeah. I would love to add on to what you've been saying about Jordan Hicks. You know, just like what you're saying. There's no doubt about it. And I think he is probably one of the best looking pitchers. Part of him, like not entirely, but he is one of the best looking pitchers we've got. I really like what we got with Kyle Harrison, but Jordan Hicks is definitely a very decent looking pitcher, and I think he's going to bring a lot of, like what you say, he's going to bring a lot of electricity. He's a very electric guy, a very electric pitcher, very amazing looking pitcher, and he's got amazing velocity, very overpowering velocity with that sinker, and it's good to see that the Giants are finally making some moves, figuring things out, and bringing in guys like Jordan Hicks. And I think he will definitely be contributing to the Giants and their what I think is going to be at least 90, a little over 90 wins this season. I think they can decently get 90 wins.
I like it, Connor. Thanks for the call, man. Always appreciate you calling in. Call whenever you have a thought on the Giants. Jordan Hicks, definitely. I mean, he changes. He is the not question mark, but he is kind of a X factor, if you will, of this Giants rotation, because we know what we have in Logan Webb. We kind of know what we have in Kyle Harrison. I think it was his first outing that he didn't have a walk. So that is encouraging to see that he's turned that corner. Again, it's only one start. We have to pump the brakes on how excited we are from what we saw, but it is encouraging. But now you have Blake Snell, who it sounds like, 74 pitches, 11 Ks in Double-A. Can he start in L.A.? I will be down there. I was hoping that it'd be Monday, but maybe it's Wednesday. I don't know. Starting rumors now. I would love to see what this. Yeah, thank you, Raph. I would love to see what this rotation looks like when it's at full strength. And when you do have Blake Snell there, you do have a little bit of a buffer because you know what you're going to get from Blake Snell. You know what you're going to get from Logan Webb. We're still figuring out, but it's encouraging what we're going to get from Kyle Harrison. But also, Jordan Hicks is that big what if. What if he can come in there every fifth day and be a dominant force? Then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 that I don't think anyone in baseball wants to see. Not to factor in Keaton Winn. I like Keaton Winn. He's not a sexy pick. I got on my Matt Cain jersey, my roadie. Saw somebody chime in on the YouTube chat. Where did I get it? I don't know, the team store. I don't know where I ended up getting it. I got this a long time ago. It's a Matt Cainer. But Matt Cain, was he a sexy guy, right? I kind of see a similarity in Keaton Winn and Matt Cain in that they can eat innings and they're effective. Not going to get you the high strikeouts. Cain would occasionally get you an 8, 9, 10 spot occasionally. Keaton Winn isn't going to do that. But you know that he will go out there and induce ground balls. And with this improved defense, that is a huge, huge thing that if he can harness it and be that number 5 spot. And again, we still have Alex Cobb that is going to come back. So that's the question too. Now it kind of turns into a situation that this starting rotation is a little bit of a traffic jam, if you will. But let me tell you, that is a good problem to have, because the good teams, the Dodgers, what have they done over the past few years? They have a good, solid 1 through 5, but they also have guys in the minors. They have guys that they can give spot starts to. They have a solid 6 through 9 as well. And that, you keep guys fresh going into October, and we're already talking about October. It's March 30th. But just the mindset of it, of having guys that can go out there and eat you innings, get you outs. And I think that the Giants have that. And when Cobb comes back, Robbie Ray at some point, what happens? What happens when that happens? I mean, we're talking in August, but it's a good problem to have. A surplus of arms, and maybe if you need a bat at some point, maybe someone gets traded. It's a good problem. It's a good problem to have. But Jordan Hicks is the X factor for the Giants moving forward, and he gets his first start today. First pitch in Petco Park, San Diego, expected for 4:15. I have not seen any notifications yet to tell me otherwise. So we will continue that conversation on the other side. Look at this lineup. Give you the lineup again as they take on Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease is a phenomenal pitcher that the Padres got for 3 prospects and Drew Thorpe. I believe it was 5, 7, and 9 or 5, 7, and 8 prospects in their system, and Drew Thorpe a haul for the White Sox, who are in a rebuild. But Dylan Cease, I mean, he has a career ERA of 3.38 and a whip of 1.31. So he's a solid pitcher, young, and has control for the Padres. But I like what we have seen from Jordan Hicks in spring training, and can't wait to see what he does in his first start as a San Francisco Giant. So we'll talk more about the Giants, taking you all the way up to 3:15, where the Giants official pregame show will continue. And first pitch at Petco Park in San Diego, sunny San Diego, 4:15 coming up. So you are listening to the Giants warm-up show on KNBR, the sports leader. Welcome back to the Giants warm-up show. You heard it there. Dave Fleming on the call. Love it. It's a beautiful time of year. Got John Miller, Dave Fleming. They are on the call today. First pitch expected to be 4:15. We'll let you know if we have any updates on that. Pre-game, 3:15. And we'll do the talk back and all that. The award-winning Diamond Notes. I got some good notes here, Raph. Got some good notes. Yeah. By the way, I'm taking notes from the join tracks that you're putting down. I like it. You're officially my DJ for every fiesta that I have at my family gathering.
I'm available for weddings, quinceañeras, and all that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guy Raff, monitoring the weather in San Diego. We'll get an update as we get closer to Giants pregame, but it sounds like everything is going to be going according to plan as much as we know. We got Greg Silver jumping for joy in the bullpen right now. So Jung Hoo Lee comes in, gets his first hit for the Giants on opening day, and got a couple of hits that went straight to a couple of gloves. But got his first RBI last night after the first home run of Matt Chapman. But, man, I am just loving what I am seeing from the rookie. Again, you have to remember, he is a rookie, but by far the best player that was in the KBO. So he's coming over here as an all-star in the KBO, but he's a rookie, 25-year-old rookie, I believe. I mean, are we talking rookie of the year already, Raph? I mean, he just looks really good. Again, it's 2 games in, but from what we are seeing, the stage is not too big for him. Although I did have a chuckle when he got his first hit, and literally Yu Darvish picks him off at first.
And if you heard the post-game sound, he was not happy.
No.
He was not happy about his first hit because he knew he got picked off.
Yeah. And that's kind of like a black mark on his first hit, because now that'll always be associated. Like, oh yeah, you got on base, but then you got picked off. Literally, there wasn't even a pitch after that. That was the next thing that happened in the game. Got the hit, went on first, got picked off. It just reminded me of my first hit in Little League, and I was ecstatic. And I felt like I was on cloud 9, man. Little League, Babe Ruth League, whatever, Junior Giants. And I was standing out there, and I got picked off. I was so on cloud 9. I could relate to what happened to Jung Hoo Lee. But aside of that, looks great in the field. He has a great first step, and I would like to see how he plays center field at Oracle Park, because we do know that is a challenge. I mean, we've seen a couple of great center fielders over the years. Angel Pagan, Angel Pagan, Gregor Blanco. Always remember, I got my Kane jersey on, so I'm remembering that dive in right center field that saved the perfect game. Yeah, that was a good one. Maybe the one of the greatest center field plays at Oracle, then AT&T Park. Obviously, the greatest play ever in center field goes to the Say Hey Kid. By the way, the year of Say Hey Kid, 2024, positive vibes. Even year, yeah, let's do it. But Jung Hoo Lee, looking amazing. Looks everything that I guess was expected, what was promised. And again, I think it's because it came on the heels of Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto signing with the Dodgers. Then we got Jung Hoo Lee. A lot of unknown with him. I saw a little bit of him in the KBO during COVID, right? And saw a little bit of him at the WBC. And he just adds an element of the Giants lineup that did not exist prior to him being here. I was just talking to Raph during the break. We were talking about leadoff hitters for the Giants. I mean, who was the last prototypical leadoff hitter that we had. And we kind of came to Angel Pagan. Like that was the last guy that you had. But even that, he wasn't I would kind of put him in the 2, but he was serviceable as a leadoff hitter. But who was it? Kenny Lofton, we're going that far back. It has been a while since we've had someone, a table setter, at the top of the lineup, and that's what you get with Jung Hoo Lee. So I'll read you off the lineup one more time as we get ready for the Giants to take on the San Diego Padres. You got Dylan Cease on the mound, and this is what Bob Melvin draws up for your San Francisco Giants. You got Jung Hoo Lee batting leadoff in center field. Table setter already 2 days into his MLB career. You got Jorge Soler batting second, DH. Third, you got Lamont Wade Jr., and I, for personal reasons, would like it if he had a home run in that first inning. I would like that. He does have thank you, Ryan. He does have a little bit of ownage, I guess. Would you call it ownage? 400 batting average and OPS of 1,800. 1 home run in 5 at-bats. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. So Lamont Wade Jr. in the 3-hole in right field. Got Matt Chapman batting cleanup at the hot corner at third base. You got Wilmer Flores batting 5th. Love to see Wilmer in there as he was the best Giants hitter a year ago at first base. You got Michael Conforto batting 6th in left field. Thairo Estrada in the 7-hole at second base. I would prefer to see him in the 2, but not the manager. The 8th spot, Tom Murphy. And we saw what he did. I mean, we were talking about what Jordan Hicks did against the A's. He had 2 bombs himself at the Coliseum in his final tune-up, I guess, for the San Francisco Giants. Tom Murphy batting 8th behind the plate. And you got Nick Ahmed, the fixture at shortstop, batting 9th. So I'll run through that one more time. Lee batting leadoff center field. Jorge Soler, DH. Wade, right field. Chapman, third base. Flores, first base. Conforto, left field. Estrada, second base. Tom Murphy at catcher, batting 8th. And Nick Ahmed at shortstop, batting 9th. And that is your lineup for the San Francisco Giants as they take on the San Diego Padres with Dylan Cease on the mound. And can we just not pitch to Manny Machado or Fernando Tatis? Or I would love it if Jordan Hicks would just K's him up. Because, again, that last start that he had, Jordan Hicks on the mound for the San Francisco Giants, last start that he had, the tune-up in Oakland, 9 swinging strike threes. Believe 4 or 5 were with the sweeper the first time through, and the second time through, all splitters that got him. There was only one caught looking, Ryan Noda. That was it, and he got 10 Ks against the Oakland Athletics in his last tune-up. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. We will check in from San Diego. We'll get a weather report real quick as we take you up to 3:15 for the Giants' official pregame show. And you're listening to the Giants warm-up on KNBR, the sports leader. Welcome back to the Giants warm-up show, taking you up to 3:15 for the Giants pregame show. And first pitch, 4:15. Good news out of San Diego. It appears that the rain has slowed down. I'm not going to say it's stopped, but it has slowed down. Tarp still on the field, Raph? Most likely?
Still to be known.
TBH, or TBD, just like the fifth starter or the fourth starter, rather. We know who's going game 5, Keaton Wynn. Fourth starter for the Giants, TBD at the moment. But getting you ready for the Giants, taking on the Padres. Jordan Hicks to make his debut as a starter for your San Francisco Giants, taking on Dylan Cease. In another universe, he was a San Francisco Giant, but he is now with the San Diego Padres. Let's go out to a standings update sponsored by the Alameda County Probation Department. Visit joinacpd.org today for a career that matters. So the standings, pretty self-explanatory. We are 2 games in stateside for the MLB season, but the Dodgers and Padres have 4 apiece. But let's go ahead and look at the NL West currently as it stands. Diamondbacks undefeated, 2-0. You got the Dodgers 3-1, but they're in second place. So watch out, Dodger fans. You're not winning the West that easily. You got the Padres 2-2 at 500. You got everybody 500 except for the Colorado Rockies, who are 0-2. Giants right there, right behind the Padres at 1-1. So that is your standings update around the league. You got the NL East. You got the Braves. A final actually earlier with the Mets and the Brewers. A lot of interesting action that happened yesterday with Rhys Hoskins going in. Would you call it a dirty slide? I don't know. In today's game, probably. A couple years ago, I saw Chase Utley do it all the time. So not to say that I liked it, but that's just how the situation of the game has gone. The Mets have yet to win a game, 0-2. Marlins 0-2. Nationals 0-1. Phillies 0-1. Braves the only team that has won in the National League East. And we'll look at the Central. The Brewers 2-0, leading the Central in the National League. Pirates are playoff bound, 2-0. It's so funny to look at the standings and see who's in first place. But that is your standings update, again, provided to you by the Alameda County Sheriff's Department or County Probation Department, excuse me. So we get ready for the Giants taking on the Padres. Jordan Hicks taking the mound. What can we expect from his first start? Again, if it was anything like his spring training, then the Giants fans, Giants organization, that rotation is going to have a great rotation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when all healthy. But something that you look at with Jordan Hicks is the velocity. He does have a electric fastball that explodes on hitters. He can dial up the velocity. He can go triple digits if need be. But you'll see him hit around high 90s, 97, 98, 99 with that four-seam. Sinker can go up to 97 as well. I've seen it in spring training, but he'll kind of float around the mid-90s with that sinker. And he has a really effective sweeper and a splitter that have proven to be his out pitches. So look for those when you have a 0-2 count, and it'll be crucial for him to have command of that fastball because then he can work off of that fastball. So look for that fastball command early on in this game. And as I mentioned to Raph earlier today, expect the Padres to kind of jump all over that velocity. So yeah, mix up the pitches. Jordan Hicks, he knows how to pitch. What we saw in Oakland, it was great. And expectations are high for Jordan Hicks going into his first start as a Giant. Again, we will want to see how long he can go. That is going to be a critical component of his first start for the Giants. And if he can go 5, he can go 6, because in his last outing with the the Giants prior to spring training, he dialed it up. He went 72 pitches. Again, 10 Ks. 10 Ks out of 16 batters against the Oakland Athletics. 9 of them swing and miss. Again, electric stuff, something similar to what we saw all those years in Tim Lincecum. Not calling him Tim Lincecum, but to see the swing and miss so effective that he has in that arsenal. It's going to be really interesting to see how he dials it up that first time, second time, and potentially third time through the lineup. But I do expect to see the bullpen at some point this game, and they have not been as sharp as they were last year. It's early in the season. I don't think you have to put a red flag on it or anything like that, but it is something to watch because they have given up 5 of the 9 runs that the Giants have given up this year. So that is something to watch as well. So again, I'll give you this Giants lineup as they take on the Padres at first pitch 4:15. Pregame coming up shortly. Giants lineup. I'll go hitting leadoff is Jung Hoo Lee in center field. Jorge Soler batting second at DH. Lamont Wade in the 3-hole at right field. Matt Chapman batting cleanup for the 3rd straight time this season at third base at the hot corner. You have Wilmer Flores batting 5th at first base. Michael Conforto batting 6th in left field. Tyro Estrada batting 7th at second base. Tom Murphy behind the dish batting 8th. And Nick Ahmed at shortstop with Jordan Hicks on the mound. Giants pregame show coming up. Giants and Padres on KNBR 104.5 and 680, the sports leader.